The moment these NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 13. Catch made over the middle. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That was Tyree Wilson in on the tackle.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Builds up this one off to his running back, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he didn't quite break it, but still an excellent return that gets him up near midfield. This certainly is going to help field position. 26 on the run back. And the Falcons will take over. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. On the move, headed right. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Johnson with a return here. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. He breaks the tackle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Pitts brings it in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's a pickup of 9. And the Falcons will have a first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's Benson on the give. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. He'll look to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right. Brought in inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons tie this game 7-7. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now off play action. Hits his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
From midfield on 2nd down. Complete over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Right up the gut. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking for a throw here. Completed over the middle. And And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On first down, they'll run. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. One quarter gone in our... We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. From the 16. The throw is caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a second quarter lead. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Johnson now on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. And off to Benson to start the drive. He'll do what he can. That carry gets to the 35-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
The defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Broke through the tackle. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will take possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Falcons take possession at the 25-yard line.
Well, I suppose some praise is in order for bringing him down almost immediately and preventing a return. Definitely minimized the damage the best they could, but it is still a demoralizing outcome for this offense to give the ball away.
That's caught at the 4. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons tie things up at 14. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 42. As his target, it's Johnny Wilson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Cut out left. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. 40 into the red zone. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. PAT effort coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. From midfield now. Nice lock on that one, but it falls incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Still sticking with the passing game. Throw left side, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. 2nd and 3 now. From the 28. Completed to his running back. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles earn the chance to tie before halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Johnson with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Catch is made. It's Jalen Hyatt. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the 47. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
3 yards to go.
Throwing from the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll throw it again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Pass it down close. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. One last play before the break. Benson, and he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons take the lead just before halftime. Trey Benson, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He's got the squiver. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. Johnson now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The give now to Benson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing now on 1st down. Able to get it to Benson. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry up here. Play action on 1st down. Buying some time right. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you're throwing that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do, yards after catch follow.
And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons grow the lead coming out of halftime. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Oh no, they get him yet again! And he makes the Huts go! It's a touchdown on the pick 6! They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And they pick him off again. And the Falcons are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Benson on 1st and 10. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself, and he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's a throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness, and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down. A big red zone stop.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
From the gun on 3rd down. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and goal. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. This is a chip shot from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the advantage now sits at 24.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. And they pick him off again. And the Falcons will be set up great after a terrific return down inside the 50.
This is a lonely place, and I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup, and it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today, and I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. They'll throw it. Escapes, and they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Cut out left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They're throwing it. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Tight end going in motion here. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Into a crowd, and intercepted. And the Falcons take over on his 11th interception of the campaign. All right, and for those of you keeping score at home, that is the 6th. Yes, I said the 6th time they've intercepted it this game.
And I'm glad you repeated that, Kate, really, because I think a lot of people you might have heard 6th and assume they were wrong. That is a staggering total for any defense in any single game, and it doesn't come without every member of their defense doing their job. Even the ones without the stats and the interceptions, they've done their part in pressure, they've done their part in coverage, and they've done their part to put together one of the best defensive days I've ever seen.
Tackle made there by the rookie from Arkansas.
At the 37-yard line.
2nd and 4. Finds Hyatt. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They'll get 18 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Now an inside give to Benson. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons continue piling on to this lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons have the football as he records his 12th INT of this season. Well, we left career day behind a couple of turnovers ago, Brock. 7 interceptions in one game. This is up there as one of the best collective performances that we've ever seen from a team in pass coverage.
There has not been one route today, Kate, not a receiver-specific play, that this defense has not been able to lock down this game. What we're seeing now is something we could legitimately go decades without ever being seen done again.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Benson once more. Space to the left. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They give up the gut to Benson, and he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing the run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. He'll throw it. Escapes out to the left. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. A very short kick here from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He's out in the clear. And the Falcons have it again after yet another interception. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
They'll toss it here to Benson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
It's inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Trey Benson, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons continue adding on to that lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. They give it to him again. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Now looking to throw. He's got a man left. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Completed over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Throwing from the gun here. It is Cup, left side. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll come up 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Forced out to his right. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Hand off to Benson from the gun. Finds room to the 30. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons rolling here in a laugher. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Going to the ground again on first. And this one doesn't go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Staying on the ground with Benson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Throwing now off play action. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home, but the test's only getting harder from here on out. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.